Today, we are taking over the New York Jets. We already were bad, and now we've traded our two best players. What do we have to do to win a Super Bowl? First of all, we have to get a generational type quarterback. If we get rid of Brees Hall, we've got to get a stud running back to replace him. We've got to get a number 2 receiver. If not a true number 1. We need someone to get to the passer, and not just anybody, but a monster. Somebody who gets after the passer on every down. We need help in the linebackers. We need help in the secondary. As long as we can do those things, we're going to win a Super Bowl. So stick around for the Jets dynasty. All right, here goes the beginning of the destruction, the further destruction of the New York Jets. Their second best player, defensive tackle, only 27 years old, and the Cowboys only had to give up their second round pick this year and the best of their first round picks next year. We do not know which pick that will be. Done deal for the killer of the two trades. If that wasn't bad enough, Colts will have to give up their first round draft pick this year and next year, which with Jonathan Taylor and the players that they do already have, and then adding Sauce Gardner, my fear is that those first round picks are going to be middle of the first round, if not late first round. That just seems like a crime to get Sauce Gardner for that. A 25-year-old, 94 overall corner. This is hard to do, and I'm not even a Jets fan. We started the season at 1-7, and we finished 3-14. But as of right now, we have the first pick in the draft, and then our second first round pick is in the mid-teens. We do have $113 million in cap space. The Bucks win the Super Bowl. The NFL MVP was Mahomes. Coach of the Year, Mike Vrabel. Offensive Player of the Year, Rashee Rice. Defensive Player of the Year was TJ Watt. Offensive Rookie of the Year was Jackson Dart. Defensive Rookie of the Year was Abdul Carter. In all honesty, for as bad as Tyrod Taylor is, he didn't have that bad of a season. Brees Hall had 1,000 yards rushing, 4.3 yards per carry, but only 6 touchdowns and 6 fumbles. I don't know if that is because of the line, because Tyrod Taylor got sacked 43 times, which isn't David Carr territory, but it is a lot for us having a young, talented line. But I guess I should emphasize the young part. Many of them did develop throughout the season, but they still were, in the low 80s by the end of the season. We may have a ways to go. Receiving, Garrett Wilson was the star of the show with 73 catches, 816 yards, and 5 touchdown catches. When you're the star of the show with that low number of catches, yards, and TDs, it's a pretty terrible wide receiver room. Lazard with 54 catches, 5 TDs. Mechie, 39 receptions, 5 TDs. And then rookie that we traded for from the Browns, Harold Fannin Jr. He did okay. Jamie Sherwood does one thing really well, and that's make tackles. He had 169 tackles. But a guy that I picked up in just a minor trade that I made, DJ Turner II, a lightly used corner with Cincinnati, and he had 107 tackles for us. He was our top cornerback, and that's rough when that's your top cornerback. Jermaine Johnson II had 15 TFLs, Harrison Phillips with 13, Will McDonald had 10, and Benton had 7, and Sherwood did have 5 and 4.5 sacks, so did well all the way around. He was our only Pro Bowl representative. Benton had 7.5 sacks, Phillips had 7, or Sherwood had 4.5, Donald had 4 picks. We did better than some teams. Stevens had 3, Sherwood again. He did a little bit of everything. He had 2 picks and then just 1 apiece for 4 guys. If you look at our NFL ranks, they're 31st, 31st, 29th, 31st, 31st, 29th. I really don't have much to say, but I mean, usually I have stuff to say, but I guess we couldn't get much worse than that. We are going to have to kill this draft and somehow convince players they are not jeopardizing their image, their health or safety, or their futures by signing with the New York Jets. So we had all that cap space, right? And check out free agents. The best player is Jaquan Brisker at an 84 overall. Second best player, Joel Bitonio, who is 65 years old. But let me show you what I did. Every single one of these guys are on 1-year contract. Bitonio is actually 3 or 4 overall better than our starting left guard, so he will start at left guard, and then our other left guard, who's not super young, will back up at our other guard positions and center. I picked up the best fullback because we currently are running the 49ers offense and they love to use a fullback. I'm not saying that we're going to use that moving forward, but he was cheap and it's a 1-year deal. All this money is going to come off of our cap next year when more free agents become available. I signed a backup tackle who's an 81. That's pretty awesome when your backup tackle is an 81. Signed a backup halfback and Brian Robinson Jr., who's an 81. I signed a starting free safety from Middle Tennessee State for very little money and a 1-year contract. So if we get someone in the draft or whatever, we can replace them. And then instead, I know you can find punters and kickers in the draft, but I went ahead and just signed Bradley Pignon and Will Lutz. And if you notice, all these are 1-year contracts, so we should have over $100 million in cap space next year. But this upcoming year will provide us with a couple starters and then huge depth for us. Actually, more than a couple starters: punter, kicker, free safety, fullback, left guard, and then backup at tackle, backup at halfback. So I thought we did pretty good. So with the Browns needing a workhorse, knowing that with their 2 first-round picks, with their first-round pick, it appears that in mock drafts that they're going to select a quarterback. So we traded them Breece Hall and a 4th-round pick in this year's draft for their 2nd first-round pick, which isn't near as high as their first-round pick. And then we got a 2027 second. So that'll be next year. And then 2 or 3 years later, 2028, we'll get their 2nd as well. Some may think that's too much, that we got too much in return. But if you look at Breece Hall, he's an 88 overall player that is young, is one of the few great running backs, especially young running backs in the league. His morale is down, obviously, because he's been having to play for the Jets, and now he got traded to the Browns, but he's an 88 overall. So in reality, he is their 3rd best player. If you look at his stats last year on a horrible Jets team, he still was able to run for 1,000 yards, 4.3 yards per carry, and 6 TDs. And he can catch the ball. So I thought it was rather fair, especially as unfair as the trades are that you try to make to the CPU for, say, a 72 overall no dev tight end, and they ask for 2/3 and a 4th or something like that for it, or for him. So And the reason why we did trade him was because we are looking to get Love in the draft based on the last mock draft. Actually, in mock draft 5, they do not have Cleveland picking a quarterback, but in other mock drafts, they have. So I don't know if that's because they slipped to 7 or what. I had every indication they would pick a quarterback. And to show you the logic of the CPU, we have the 18th pick. It has us picking Garrett Nussmeier from LSU and Fernando Mendoza, also a quarterback from Indiana. So that's something Madden has got to fix. I mean, that's just a simple little spreadsheet type deal where you move a digit over and it doesn't allow a team with 2 first-round picks to pick 2 quarterbacks. I mean, it's not that hard, right? This is not necessarily a position of need, but look at Anthony Hill Jr. Look at him. First in the 40, first in bench, first in vertical, second in broad jump, first in the 3-cone drill, and first in the 20-yard shuttle. And then his ratings are all elite. So we don't necessarily have a need there, but we also don't have a young Mike either. So he definitely could fill a need. Where we do have a huge need is at the will position. When you look at Sonny Styles, there's yeses and nos on whether we should draft him. 7th in the 40, 14th in bench, 7th on his college pro day, 2nd in vertical, 1st in broad jump, 10th in the 3-cone drill, 6th in the 20-yard shuttle. But his strength is only solid as a will linebacker, and that's not good. That'll get you just thrown around, you know. But he does have a lot of elites. But the thing that I hated was his play recognition is C, so he's going to be, I mean, his awareness should be high, but play recognition goes right along with awareness. So in one way or another, he's going to be dumber than rocks. And then his impact blocking is an F, which isn't that big of a deal, but power moves is an F. And then we just don't know a whole lot. But if you look at almost every single one, block shedding, catching, finesse moves, pursuit, it's all C to F. And I love the A awareness, the A tackle, A zone coverage. And he could have A man coverage, but then his pursuit, his stamina, his pretty much everything else is C to F. And that just scares the life out of me. So do I take a Sonny Styles as a will, or do I take Anthony Hill Jr. just because of you very rarely see elite all the way down. And then he has B awareness, so not A, B tackling, not A. Oh, and he has A man coverage, but he has B play recognition, which is better than C, obviously. B pursuit. At least he has C hit power. And his finesse moves and power moves are between A and C. Block shedding is between B and D. Zone coverage is between A and C. But if you look at this whole first round, unlike mock draft 4, there is no Jeremiah Love. And let me show you Jeremiah Love. He's 6 foot 220. Even though he's considered an elusive back, he's built a little bit really like a power back. I don't want to say Jerome Bettis, but more like a power back. And he runs a 4.31 40. He has the third or second highest number of reps. So his upper body is super strong. Second in the vertical jump, first in the broad jump. I mean, I hate to say it, but a lot to love. A, ball carrier vision. A, awareness. A, break tackle. A, carrying. A, stiff arm. The only one that was kind of weird to me was D, juke move. So he's got a great stiff arm, and he does have A, trucking. All right, let's start drafting. Here we go, guys. We have 3 first-round picks. I think this selection should be pretty simple. We obviously need a quarterback. this is the best quarterback in the draft. My hope is that we can, work on his throw power if it is, in fact, not superior, which it doesn't appear to be. What I love is his A awareness. Madden loves awareness too. A break sack, A play action. I love the B deep accuracy, and then A under pressure. Even though we have a pretty good line already, every quarterback feels heat. Fernando Mendoza, welcome to the New York Jets. Boo. Oh, that was for Roger Goodell. Boo. But yay to Fernando Mendoza, the Cal product who transferred to Indiana this past year. Ooh, he's only 57 in true value, even though he was considered a top 5 pick. Hidden dev, 89 throw power. That's not great, but I honestly thought it could be worse. All right, well, we got our quarterback of the future. The Chicago Bears go with Bain Jr. Get help along their defensive line. The Bengals are up, and they go Peter Woods, Clemson defensive lineman. T.J. Parker goes off the board to the New Orleans Saints. And San Francisco goes with who they were mocked to. That is Caleb Downs. Washington goes Jordan Tyson from Arizona State. So Dante Moore from Oregon goes to Cleveland. So they do go quarterback. So that was a great trade. And that is different from the draft board, though. But T.J. Parker was gone. So New Orleans was supposed to go Dante Moore, I believe. So they basically just switched. Cleveland was going to go T.J. Parker, but since Dante Moore was there, they went Dante Moore. The Raiders go with Reed Adams, a guard, I believe. Caden Proctor goes a little higher than expected. The Dolphins go with McCoy, so they go to solidify their cornerback room. Mauagoa, the tackle, goes to St. Louis, and another great corner goes off the board. This is supposed to be a deep corner draft, so the Texans looking to shore their lineup. Let's see what the Cowboys do with one of their 2 first-round picks in the Micah Parsons trade. And they go Spencer Fano to shore up their offensive line. And the Chargers go and get arguably the best cornerback in the draft in Delane. Ooh, so we're on the board at this point. Let's see who is out there. We want you, Jeremiah Love. Just know that. Please do not go anywhere. I really mean that. We love you. And we will do whatever it takes to get you. The way the board looks, I would kind of like to move back with the possibility of getting Theinman from Oregon. All right, let's see what the Bills would give me. I would need your 21st pick, and would you give me your 53rd pick in the second round? And you would move from 21 to 16. Would you give me a third next year? I mean, I'm not trying to steal from them, but that's still 5 slots that they would move up. Let's take off the 5th, or the 3rd, next year. Done deal. All right. So let's see what the Bills do. They go A.J. Harris, another cornerback. Isaiah World, a tackle, is taken by the Giants. Let's just see what they would give us for the 18th pick, because there's one guy I want. It's Jeremiah Love, and he's not supposed to go in the first round. So, wow, 2 first-round picks. It's so far in the future, though. Ooh, a first and a third from the Rams. It would be a late third, but it would be a third. All right, so the Rams move into our slot. Let's see who they pick. Garrett Nussmeier, a quarterback. Wagner goes from Notre Dame, the tackle, I believe. Now the Vikings to pick. DJ McKinney, the cornerback, goes. That is who they were supposed to pick, I believe. So now it's the Jets pick, and we really have no free safety or strong safety, literally. I believe I signed maybe a free safety an 80 overall, meant to be a backup, but he may have to start. But we need to get younger at linebacker, at the interior defensive line, and in the secondary. So why not go with the best strong safety out there? He ran a 4.46 and a 4.44, which is lightning fast for a safety. 23 bench reps. The dude is strong. He's got B awareness. I don't like to see block shedding, but he has B catching, B hit power, B play recognition, which I like, and A tackle, which I love. So Dylan Thyman, welcome to New York. A plus draft pick. He was ranked 12th in true value, and we drafted him at 21. 91 speed, 92 acceleration, 90 change of direction, 88 agility, and 75 strength with hidden dev. So here is the Kansas City Chiefs, and they go the second best, or arguably the first best, strong safety. I honestly sat here for about 20 minutes before the draft trying to decide who I liked better. So great selection. I've been waiting to do this, but I just feel like I've got to pull the trigger on Jeremiah Love. Let me tell you why. First of all, he's a top 5 talent, but Fernando Mendoza was too. But generally that's a good sign. He's 6 foot 220. He's considered an elusive back, but he's built almost like an elusive bruiser, if you will. So a dude that's pretty fast, but not super fast. But when he hits you hard. Look at that, guys. He's Chris Johnson in Derrick Henry's body. Probably the closest comp I can say, Adrian Peterson. Look at that. 4.31 40. That is blistering fast. Awareness A. He's going to be high overall just because of awareness. But ball carrier vision A. Break tackle A. Jeremiah Love, welcome to the New York Jets. He's going to be a star. That's my guy right there. He was ranked second in true value. We drafted him at 23. Hidden dev. He better be hidden dev. 95 speed, 95 acceleration, 93 agility, 93 jumping, 80 change of direction, and 75 strength. Malik Muhammad goes. Another corner. Caden Green. Another guard. Is that Ione from Penn State, right? Yeah. Another guard. I want to jump up to 28. Done deal. Sweet. We get to pick a guy that I just kind of fell in love with, man. Anthony Hill Jr. Check this guy out. Okay, just look at the NFL Combine. I'll give you a minute to look. Okay. Now, if you would, shift your eyes over to the ratings and start at acceleration and go down to strength. Do I have to say any more? Have you ever seen elites on every rating? Welcome to the New York Jets, Anthony Hill Jr. from Texas via Bengal. Number 9 in true value, and we got him at 28. Hidden dev, baby. So he's 6'3", 238, and he's only 21 years old. I need to look at the will position, and Sonny Styles is who I like the best, and they're even mocking him to us basically, or saying top fit jet. 4.57 speed is pretty amazing. Zone coverage A, tackle A, awareness A. So we would have to get up to 31 to get Sonny Style. He's a huge team need too. Done deal. Sweet. I cannot believe that Carnell Tate is still there. I don't even remember who I was going to pick. Was it Sonny Styles? Oh yeah, it was Sonny Styles. I don't know how good of a pick this is going to be. I have kind of a bad feeling. We may have outkicked our coverage. Oh yeah, ranked 60th in true value. B minus. Normal dev. Oh, 6'4", 234 though. Okay, I think I gotta help out Fernando Mendoza. I think I really have to. Carnell Tate to get help for our rookie quarterback. Don't boo us, Jets fans. Please don't boo us. Please. Oh, man. Coach Polson is excited, man. Ooh, he watched from home. He knew he wasn't going to be picked in the first round. A+, 14th in true value. See, I told you guys, we had nothing to worry about. 91 speed, 93 acceleration, 93 change of direction, 93 jumping, 92 agility, and hidden dev at 6'3", 196. Ooh, Sadiq went 42nd. Brazel went, David Bailey went, Keldrick Falk, Makai Lemon, Torian York, Arvell Reese. There were some good players there, man. Wow, Lenore Sellers has fallen. So has Dennis Sutton. He was supposed to be a first-round pick. He's super strong. That's awesome. His speed is great. His acceleration is elite. Wow, in the mock draft, Dennis Sutton was supposed to go 16th overall to the Cleveland Browns. I mean, we have 2 edge rushers, but they're older and they're not very good, but they're good enough to start, you know, and be pretty good. But if this guy was supposed to go 16th overall in the first round, and it is a position of need because we do need to get younger at that position, why not take a flyer on him? Welcome to New York, Mr. Dennis Sutton. Oh, he's looking dazed and confused, man. 16th in true value. So they had him picked 16th overall. I mean, in the mock draft, and his true value is 16. And he's only a B? Normal dev. Wow. Can you imagine if we would have picked him in the first round, though? Like at 16, and he would have been a normal dev? He does have 85 speed, 91 acceleration, 82 agility, 83 change of direction, 84 jumping, and 80 strength. Lenore Sellers finally goes off the board to the Colts. All right, let's see who's on the board, and then we may trade this pick. Oh, wow, Eli Stowers is still there. Yeah, Eli Stowers is just too good to pass up. Welcome to the New York Jets. We can use a second tight end. So he was ranked 54th in true value, and we drafted him at 53. Hidden dev, dude. I'm a little surprised at only 90 speed, but for a tight end, that's fast. So the first pick in the third round, good as Aaron Graves, because we need a defensive tackle. Ooh, he didn't do his pro day or the combine. Elite speed, decent strength. Ooh, this is just throwing a dart in the dark right here. So I'm taking him, man. Okay, it was a terrible pick. Yeah, he was way overpicked and normal dev. But I think the last player that I have any interest in... Oh gosh, we didn't pick a corner, did we? We need corner bad, so I'm going to go with Jeremiah Wilson. He's a guy I know. I know he's really good and, you know, at Florida State. So we'll take a flyer on him. Oh, great. 107th in true value. Concerns about his speed. Needs more time in the film room. Raw man coverage defender. Terrible pick. Normal dev. 91 speed, but 95 acceleration, 93 agility, 92 change of direction. I don't know. We'll have to see how low his overall is, you know. If it's a 72, 75, we could start him in the slot or something and hope that he goes up. Carson Beck went to the Dolphins. Ooh, Nick Harbor went. That was the last guy I was going to draft. Taking the Colts 3rd and 4th round picks, I think, for 2027. We're in the 7th round, 3rd pick. Oh, they did the circle for me. Thank you. I don't know what that means. Wow. He was so bad. I think there's only 300 players in the draft, but they ranked him 400 just to show me how bad he was. Thank you for that circle. I appreciate that. I just never draft long snappers, but I know I need to. All right. I think we have one more pick in this draft and we're done, guys. Oh, yeah. I saw a deal where Cade Klubnik from Clemson, their quarterback, They said they moved him to wide receiver because he had such a slow 40-yard dash time, which I thought was really dumb, because why would you move him to wide receiver if he was slow? Why wouldn't you leave him at quarterback, right? Look at that. F, 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 F. 4.51 is not that bad. But yeah, they turned Cade Klubnik into a wide receiver. That is such disrespect, man. Sorry, Diego Pavia, but I believe I'm going Demonic Williams. By the way, Demonic Williams is 6'1", 323 pounds from Oklahoma. He's going to be like 500 in true value. Watch. 288. Holds strong at the point of attack. Sheds blocks with ease. Needs to work on developing his speed move arsenal. 88 strength. He's got that for him. We just plop him right there at defensive tackle and tell him don't move. Not that he could move, but just sit him there, man. So that's it, folks. The end of the longest draft ever. Ooh, Fernando Mendoza, 73 overall. That's kind of what we thought, right? Steinman, 77. I do like that. And Jeremiah Love, I would have taken an 84, 85, but 81? Yeah, I'll take it. With 95 speed, dude, you are the man. Our starting Mike linebacker as a rookie, 78 overall, Anthony Hill Jr. from Texas. You're welcome, Bingle. Sonny Styles, 73 overall. Wow. Carnell Tate, 77. Dennis Sutton is a 76. That's really good, man. Eli Stowers, 73. That's what I thought. Graves was a 70. Jeremiah Wilson was a 71. And I do have to say, this is the lowest overall draft pick I've ever made. Congratulations to me. I should get a little trophy from Madden for the 25 overall draft pick in Bo Gardner. And then Demonic Williams, 65. Not bad, man. Not bad. But there he is, guys. Fernando Mendoza, number 15, your new New York Jets quarterback. Ooh, I had the worst pick. Just barely, though. Just barely. 25-61. Ooh, Caleb Downs. That's kind of what I thought he was going to be, an 82. The guy is going to be a monster. So Jeremiah Love was the second best player in the draft. Great pick to get Jeremiah Love at 23. Oh, Carnell Tate is a 77. Yeah, Steinman is a 77 as well. So we tore it up, guys. Nussmeier went to the Rams. He was a 71 overall. Dante Moore was a 72. Wow, so we actually did really good. Some of you may not know how valuable it really is, but when you have a rookie quarterback, say, for instance, or first-year quarterback or something like that, you know what I did is I went out, I signed one mentor in Russell Wilson, and then I already had Tyrod Taylor on the roster, and he became a mentor. I have two mentors for Fernando Mendoza. Well, for each week that you have a mentor, it adds 400 to 500 XP points per week. So for instance, in this case, since there's two mentors, it should add between 800 and 1,000 XP each week. They bring value that the rookie doesn't have. For Jeremiah Love, I had already picked up Brian Robinson Jr. in the offseason, but I picked up James Conner, a mentor, and then Mostert, a mentor as well. So he has two mentors. Even for Garrett Wilson, who's in his fourth year, and especially for Carnell Tate, what did we do? We went out and got Tyler Lockett, a mentor, and Justin Watson, a mentor. We even did it at the tight end position. There's Fashanu at left tackle. Batonio actually went up from an 84 to an 85. Tippmann is a 79 still. Elijah Vera Tucker is very expensive on our books, but he is an 86 overall right guard. The rookie last year from Missouri is an 83 overall. We should be set on the line except for left guard, as Batonio will probably retire in the next year or two. At left edge, we're going to start Dennis Sutton. Again, we have mentors for him in Clowney and Preston Smith, so he should improve. On this side, we have no need for mentors, as we have Jermaine Johnson II starting. D-tackle, we'll have Benton and Mozzie Smith. We moved the all-pro Jamian Sherwood. You know, why do you move your best producing player to a different position? For one, he's a 77, and that's the best he's ever going to get. And two, Anthony Hill Jr. was a 78, I believe, and he's already improved to an 80. It appears that when he went to 80, that he got a dev trait slot, which generally means that the player is going to be a superstar or superstar X factor. So that's why you make that move. At the will position, maybe one of our weakest, but Sonny Styles, if anybody can do it, it's Sonny Styles. He's a 73 overall. We're not very good at cornerback, that's for sure. At free safety, we moved our strong safety, Kevin Byard III, over to free safety because of one of our first round draft picks, Dynaman out of Oregon. He's already a 79, so he's already improved, I think, 1 overall, and he should be very, very good. And then at kicker and punter, we have, of course, Will Lutz and Pignon. I think we're in good shape and we're ready to start the season. So what I'll do is I'll kind of sim through the season and update you as much as possible. We are live at US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis, Minnesota to face the Minnesota Vikings. The Jets have had an up and down season, as you can imagine, with so many rookies starting. Jeremiah Love in the backfield, number 4. Fernando Mendoza under center in a tight set. Oh my gosh, Love is going the 20, the 10, the 5, touchdown. That 95 speed and 95 acceleration pays off. Oh, Harold Fannin Jr., the tight end at 6'3", 241. So a 1 wide receiver set here. Oh, nice move by Jeremiah Love. So 1:23 left before half, and Jeremiah Love will just be able to walk that one into the end zone. Great blocking for him. Fullback in the game. 2 tight ends set, 1 wide receiver, and there goes Jeremiah Love. Oh, he spun, but that defender somehow clipped him, got him by his foot, and kept him from going the distance. So the offensive coordinator loves the screenplay, and I can see why. Jeremiah Love gets down to about the 5-yard line. Oh, the pass to Fannin is knocked down, making it 4th and goal. So the Jets just squeaked by the Vikings. They didn't look good, and they couldn't have had a lot of yards on offense other than rushing the ball. So we won 5 of our last 6 games, believe it or not, to finish 8-9. This was the last week of the season. And as you can see there, Mendoza was 28 of 40, 351 passing yards, and 5 passing touchdowns. He just kept getting better and better. So Mendoza threw for right at 5,000 yards, 35 TDs, a little high on his INTs with 17, but not bad for a rookie. Jeremiah Love, he finished the season with 5.3 yards per carry, 11 touchdown runs, 771 yards rushing. Now here's where the real stuff happened. The rookie from Ohio State, Carnell Tate. I doubt that Jordan Tyson from Arizona State did any better than Tate did. Tate had 96 catches, 1,600 yards at 16.8 yards per catch and 19 touchdowns in 17 games. That is a rookie year right there. And then Garrett Wilson, the resident #1 receiver, had 110 catches, over 1,300 yards, and 7 TDs. Harold Fannin Jr., who got the start all year over Eli Stowers, had 75 catches and 5 touchdown receptions. Eli Stowers only had 7 catches this year for 80 yards. So our rookie out of Texas, Bingo, are you listening? Anthony Hill Jr., you told me to draft him, and I did, and he had 176 tackles as a rookie. 3 tackles for loss and a sack and a half. And then Sherwood, the holdover from the former Jets regime, had 161 tackles. 5 tackles for loss and 5 sacks with 2 picks. And then Thieneman from Oregon had 130 tackles. And then our second or third corner, Jarvis Brownlee Jr., had 113 tackles. That's amazing. And our #1 corner had 105 tackles. Benton, one of our D tackles, had 11 tackles for loss. Jermaine Johnson's one of the vets. He's in the low 80s too. 9 tackles for loss and 79 tackles for Dennis Sutton. So Jermaine Johnson had 7.5 sacks. And Dennis Sutton had 7 sacks, 9 tackles for loss, and 79 tackles. Brownlee Jr. with 4 picks, man. Sonny Styles, the rookie from Ohio State, did not have a spectacular year, yet he started for us. 59 tackles, 3 tackles for loss, no sacks, and no picks. So no Jets. And the NFL MVP, Coach of the Year, no Jets, of course, but Offensive Player of the Year. So not Offensive Rookie of the Year, but the AFC Offensive Player of the Year over Lamar Jackson was Carnell Tate. Ooh, and look at Breece Hall, man. See, that wasn't a bad trade at all. We just gave the Browns the 5th best player in the AFC on offense, and the only Defensive Player of the Year opportunity was going to be with Sherwood, and he finished 8th. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Tate beats out Mendoza. It would have been kind of nice for Mendoza or Love to somehow sneak in there, but you had to give it to Tate, man. His numbers were just sick, man. They were just gross. Best quarterback, Mendoza was 9th. Best running back, Breece Hall was 1st. Best wide receiver in the AFC was Tate, of course. Best O-lineman, Vera Tucker finishes 10th. Sherwood finishes 2nd in linebackers. Brownlee Jr. finishes 2nd. That's huge, man. I'm going to see if I can create a little bit more cap space. It says we have negative 140K cap space, but it should be 40 million or 50 million in cap space. We did re-sign Batonio. Batonio actually went up like 2 overall this year. Carnell Tate got 4 skill points. That's what happens when you dominate like Randy Moss like your first year. Wow, he's a 93 superstar 21-year-old. Season recap. Jordan Love is your MVP. Dak Prescott, NFL MVP. Greg Rousseau, Defensive Player of the Year. Carnell Tate, Offensive Rookie of the Year. TJ Parker, Defensive Rookie of the Year. I thought Carnell Tate got Offensive Player of the Year. I must have looked at a different Offensive Player of the Year sheet. Let's look at Mock Draft 4. Edward Barkley looks to be close to a generational player as we're going to find. They have us taking wide receiver, corner, and a corner. Players ready to negotiate. Oh, yeah, we want to accept the option. Put off paying you for a year. I'd like to bring Brian Robinson back, but not at, I mean, 4 million isn't bad. I'm going to try to save as much money as I can, because if there's somebody in free agency or a couple people, I want to be able to go after them. Can I trade right now? Wow, he's a 99. They're not going to pay him, and we'll pay him. We still want to get up to number 1 to try to get that defensive tackle. The value goes down on Hutchinson. For one, is that he's on basically a 1-year contract, getting paid a humongous amount of money. And he's in the last year of a contract that the Lions are delaying and paying him. He's going to be 28, and he's going to want 4 or 5 years, and I don't think they want to pay that or can pay that, so they're franchise tagging him. So what's fair, guys? A first, a second, and a third? First, our only second, and our highest third for a player that they plan to have for 1 more year and either trade or let go via free agency. I say a first, which is the 11th pick in the draft, a second and a third is more than generous. And we take a huge cap hit because of his 1-year deal. And we take on the risk that he will not re-sign with us. Done deal. Aiden Hutchinson, baby. He is a New York Jet. Oh my gosh, Tate is better than Wilson after 1 year, man. A third and a fourth for a 79 overall. You know, guys, I could just pick him up in free agency, right? But he is young, so done deal. Evan Stewart out of Oregon. Wow, that Evan Stewart has 99 acceleration. Okay, guys, it's draft time. Thought about moving up to 1-1 to get Barkley, but too steep of a price to pay. But he's going to be a great defensive tackle. The left edge goes to the Commanders. Bears get a strong safety, Jaden Easley. McAllister goes quarterback. Okay, so McFarland, who's a top 5 talent, is still there at defensive tackle. He fell 90 spots. Unbelievable. But we need a safety. I think the safety that we wanted went off the board early. I don't know if they fixed this glitch, but USC defensive backs used to be just phenomenal. So we got to go Christopher Battle right here. Ooh, ranked number 1 in true value. And we drafted him 7th. Hidden Dev, 89 speed, 92 acceleration. Look at all those A's, guys. So 3 strong safeties go in the top 10. That will never happen again and has never happened. So we need a corner desperately. Is this where we go? Al Atkins. His father created the Atkins diet. So we got to go Atkins, even though he may not be the best player. A+. 8 in true value, and we drafted him at 11. Hidden Dev, 92 speed, and look at all those B's and that A man coverage. I'm a little scared that our defensive tackle is going to go off the board, so I am going to move up from 23 to 12. Well, that's not a bad deal. Okay, let's go get that defensive tackle we love, who used to be first in the mock draft and then fell 90 spots to 91 overall as far as a prospect. But look at the dude. 6'4", 295, 21-year-old power rusher. And then look at all those A's. How did he drop 90 spots? Damon McFarland, he should be the 2nd best player in the draft. 5th in true value. We'll take it. Hidden Dev, 91 strength, 86 acceleration. That's huge. 76 speed, 80 agility. Is there any good wide receivers on the board? Or a center? Let's take a look at this guy. 4'1", 4'3", and he's 6'2", from Texas Tech, 21 years old. 4'3", I think I'm sold. Those are a lot of A's and B's. Emilio Castillo, welcome to the New York Jets. 20th in true value, and we drafted him at 23. 91 acceleration, 91 agility, 90 change of direction, 85 jumping, A catching traffic, B medium route, the spectacular catch. Rams, we will take your first and your fourth next year. Thank you. And then we don't pick again for a long time. Okay, let's see if anybody is left from our favorite. Ooh, only kickers and a left guard and a right guard. Do we have to pick him in the 5th round? Ooh, he looks pretty good. He looks really good. Top 5 in almost everything in at the combine. Oh yeah, Jamie Valdez, welcome to the New York Jets. Ranked 37th in true value, and we drafted him at 131. No dev trait though. 89 strength, 82 acceleration. Okay, there are horrible players left. We'll take the Cardinals 6th. We gotta replenish some of our picks. That is our draft, guys. Oh my goodness. 88 overall. That is the highest I've seen this year. The dude is an 88 strong safety, 99 hit power, 86 zone coverage as a strong safety. He's the 6th ranked strong safety in the league after we picked him 78 for a corner. That's awesome, man. We'll take it. 92 speed. He can slide into maybe the number 2 slot, but probably the number 3 slot. Look at this D tackle. This is the one that fell so far. 81. Why did he fall so far? There's just no reason. 6'4", 295. This dude is going to be a beast. 76 on the wide receiver. I would almost love this guy if he had a dev trait, but I don't think he'll ever be anything other than a backup. But look at that, guys. We got an 88 overall pick. Tell your friends, man. That is so sick. We are just in year 2, and here are our starters. Fernando Mendoza is an 87 overall. Jeremiah Love is a 90. Carnell Tate went up to a 93 after his ridiculous year last year with Garrett Wilson, our number 2. And then Evan Stewart and Emilio Castillo, a rookie that we got out of Texas Tech. Castillo will be playing the slot at tight end. It was a tight race, but so far Fannin Jr. has the lead at 81 overall over Stowers, who's a 77 overall. At left tackle, we've got Fashanu, who's an 83. At left guard, we have Josh Simpson, an 81. Joe Tippmann is an 82. Elijah Vera Tucker is an 87. Armand Mimbu is getting better and better. He's already an 87. As you guys know, we made a huge trade in the off season for Aiden Hutchinson. He'll anchor the left edge for us at a 99 overall. At the right edge, Jermaine Johnson II remains. At D tackle, we have a new number 1 overall. It's Damon McFarland, the rookie steal that was formerly supposed to be the number 1 pick in previous mock drafts and fell 90 spots. So we were able to get him in the middle of the 1st round. We went ahead and just officially moved Jamian Sherwood to the Sam position because we have Anthony Hill Jr., who's an 85. The will actually be Sonny Styles. And then in a huge trade that we had to give up a huge amount of assets to attain this guy. But Houston was not going to resign him, and so they needed a place for him to go where they could get an immense return, and that was us. We were ready to win now, so we got Derek Stingley Jr. with Azariah Thomas as our number 2, and Brownlee Jr. as an 82. Then at free safety, we moved the great rookie Thieneman from strong safety to free safety. He's an 83 overall. The reason why is because we drafted Christopher Battle At kicker, we have Boswell and Bohorquez from the University of New Mexico. Welcome to Thursday night primetime at Lucas Oil Stadium, home of the Colts, where the Jets will look to get back on track as they have fallen to 3-6 despite their over 90 overall rating. They are too good to be 3-6, that's for sure. There's Castillo, the rookie from Texas Tech, and Wilson. They go Castillo. Oh, Garrett Wilson is wide open. Look at him go. He's gone, baby. Touchdown Jets. The New York Jets go up 7-0. So second half, 5:57 left. Oh, they go Castillo, and he gets close to midfield. Another tight set with a fullback in there. Tight end in motion. Jeremiah Love breaks one. Is he gone? No, he is not, but he picks up a huge amount of yards. Oh, Tate catches that. Can he get in? He's just short of the touchdown. It is at the half-yard line. And yes, they give it to Jeremiah Love, and there is a hole big enough for a truck to drive through. Oh, to Castillo. Touchdown, baby. 34 gets in for the touchdown. Oh, Carnell Tate is wide open, and that is yet another Jets touchdown. So the Jets just dominated in every fashion today and really showed what they can do as not only an offense, but especially as a defense. We snuck into the playoffs. Somehow we rattled off 6 wins in a row. We probably would have been in if we were 4-2 or maybe 5-1 for sure. But 6 wins is 6 wins. Fernando Mendoza had 5,000 passing yards, 37 TDs, and 13 picks. 56 sacks, though. So rushing, Jeremiah Love is turning into a monster with 800 yards rushing. 4.8 yards per carry and 12 TDs. Look at Carnell Tate. Had 118 catches, 1,331 yards, and 6 touchdowns. Emilio Castillo, our rookie out of Texas Tech, had 87 catches for 1,299 yards. Garrett Wilson had 89 catches for 1,200 yards and 8 TDs. Bannon had 62 catches for 6 touchdowns. On defense, Jamian Sherwood, he's only an 80 or an 81, but the dude just can tackle like a monster. Anthony Hill Jr., 143 tackles as a second-year player. Christopher Battle, he started out as an 88 overall. He had 122 tackles, and he is now a 92. Superstar X Factor. And then our prized catch of the defensive tackle, Damon McFarland, he had 114 tackles, and he also is a Superstar X Factor at 89 overall. The great Aiden Hutchinson had 27 tackles for loss for us. That is monstrous. McFarland had 17, and Jermaine Johnson had 13. The rookie, Damon McFarland, had 14.5 sacks. Hutchinson with 7 sacks, and we got a few more picks. Stingley Jr. was a huge help with 3 interceptions, and then Christopher Battle, our rookie sensation, 2 interceptions for him, and then 4 guys had 1 pick. Mendoza finished 8th in NFL MVP. Coach Polson finished 3rd in Coach of the Year. Offensive Player of the Year, Emilio Castillo, the rookie, finished 6th. The Defensive Player of the Year, McFarland, finished 5th. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Emilio Castillo. So he should go up to Superstar X Factor. Defensive Rookie of the Year, McFarland, easily. And then Christopher Battle finished 2nd. Fernando Mendoza finished 6th and best quarterback. Just real quickly, if I didn't show you already, all Madden, no sliders. Here we go, guys. We made it to the playoffs in year 2. The Jets being led by Fernando Mendoza and company. Oh, look at Love break it, baby. Look at Love go, man. He is an elusive bruiser. Ooh, play action. They go to Fannin. Oh, he's going to get big yards, guys. He's going to get inside the 10-yard line, I believe. Robinson Jr. in there. The solid backup that we have. And I'm so sorry to fantasy football lovers. Robinson Jr. just vultured a touchdown right there. Oh, they go Wilson. He's in for a Jets touchdown. Oh, the pitch. Oh, go, Love. Go, baby. Go. Look at that speed. 95 speed. And the Jets win the playoff game on the road at the Los Angeles Chargers. And Justin Herbert goes home early again. Fortunately, the Jets won last week. Unfortunately, they have to face the Baltimore Ravens at Baltimore, who just happen to have the number 1 ranked defense in the NFL. And they have a guy by the name of Lamar Jackson. So 4:28 left before half. The Jets up 3-0 on the heavily favored Ravens. Oh, there goes Love. Oh, and he gets caught by 14. How did he not break that? Bannon Jr., he's open. Touchdown Jets, baby. Can the Jets drive far enough to get into field goal range? Oh, Stowers slips. Castillo slips out of the blocks. But he picks up the first down and he keeps going. 1:01 left. That one goes to Wilson. He picks up the first down. So 54 seconds left. There goes Jeremiah Love. There he goes. Touchdown Jets. The best play in any coach's playbook. The quarterback kneel. The Jets are going to advance against the 14-3 Baltimore Ravens, who had the number 1 defense in the NFL. Coach Charles Polson is beyond excited right now. He takes down John Harbaugh's Ravens in a close matchup. So the New York Jets will go to Nissan Stadium to face the 9-8 Tennessee Titans. The Titans upset the Buffalo Bills. So poor Josh Allen continues to not make it to the Super Bowl. And in the NFC, it'll be the 1 and 2 seeds, the Giants and the Falcons. Here we go, guys. We are in Nashville, Tennessee at Nissan Stadium. We are 1 game away from the Super Bowl. The Tennessee Titans, with the 3rd ranked defense in all of the NFL, they go Tate. And Tate gets close to the 50-yard line. That one goes to Fannin, the tight end. It is 3rd and 19. That's right. Carnell Tate to the 10, the 5. Touchdown Jets. So Mendoza under center, tight set. And Jeremiah Love probably didn't have to juke like that, and he may have taken it all the way. That's right. Castillo gets in on the crossing pattern for a Jets touchdown. 27-14. I believe the Jets are going to the Super Bowl, if I'm correct. New Yorkers everywhere, this may be your dream matchup. The New York Giants will face the New York Jets in the 2027 Super Bowl. Jackson Dart is a 97. Scatabo is a 94. And Tank Bixby as a backup running back is an 88. That is disgusting. Malik Neighbors is a 99. Wandale is a 93. And Keyshawn Butte is an 85. And they got Andrew Thomas up to an 88. And they drafted this Isaiah World super high. And he's their backup as an 84. John Runyon, Lalulu, first year out of Oregon, already an 85. And then rookie Colin Wilson, an 84 overall, playing at an 87. Thibodeau's an 82. Abdul Carter is a 96, and Brian Burns is backing him up as a 95. Dexter Lawrence is a 99. So their Sam is not that great. Their Mike is not super great. Overshown is not overpowered like the rest of their team. Ooh, and their cornerback room is nothing to write home about. It does not look like a Super Bowl winning cornerback room. So maybe that's what we need to attack. Javon Holland is playing as an 89 free safety, and then Nubin is an 82 playing at an 86 overall. This is for all the marbles. This is why you do a dynasty in Madden, right? It's to win the Super Bowl. We don't have to face a Kansas City or a San Francisco or a Dallas all souped up by Madden, but we do have to face the souped up New York Giants, and they are downright scary. The Jets, as usual, run a tight set. Mendoza under center, Love behind him. Oh, and Love makes good move on that defensive end that got loose and picks up a 7-yard gain. Carnell Tate is open, so Mendoza in the shotgun, Love to his right, 4 wide receiver set, and they're going to run the ball. Let's see what Coach Polson goes to. He goes to Fannin. That's what he does. 3 tight ends in the game. Love in the backfield. Oh, Love. What a juke move. Did you guys see that? That was sickening. He should apologize to that guy. The Jets defense so far has stopped the potent Giants offense. I think they'll look Garrett Wilson here, and they do. Look at Garrett Wilson go. He's gone. The 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Garrett Wilson. There is 4 minutes and 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter. The Giants have closed the gap to 6. But there goes Jeremiah Love. Oh, I thought he had that hole, but 27 took him down. So the 30-yard field goal by Chris Boswell is good to put the Jets up by 9. The New York Jets have done it, guys. They have taken down Goliath, the New York Giants. So they have bragging rights in all of New York, even though they both don't play in New York necessarily. Fernando Mendoza, Coach Charles Polson, Carnell Tate, Jeremiah Love, Aiden Hutchinson, and a cadre of young defensive players, as well as fairly young offensive linemen. You can't disinclude Harold Fannin, the tight end, but the job Love did in this game was absolutely amazing. He just looked like a man amongst boys. Mendoza did his job to get the ball to players like Wilson. Mendoza had a phenomenal game. Jeremiah Love was 3 yards away from a 100-yard game, 8.8 yards per carry. Harold Fannin, 4 catches for 53 yards. Garrett Wilson, 2 catches, 93 yards, but that 78-yard run after the catch was amazing. Hutchinson had 2 tackles for loss, as did Benton and Anthony Hill Jr. from Texas. Shout out to Bingle. 2 sacks for our rookie McFarland, who fell something like 70 spots. He created havoc. That was another huge pickup, is Derek Stingley Jr. Now, we had to mortgage some of our future, but we felt like to get a cornerback of his caliber, just look at him. He's a 96 now. plus 6 tackles, plus 3 press. If I didn't have to get this video out, I was supposed to get this video out days ago, I'd run this thing back and we'd be a 99 overall maybe. And we have so many superstar X factors, it's ridiculous. Look at that, 499s. Hutchinson, Carnell Tate, who's a 96 but playing at a 99. Hill Jr. 94 playing at a 99. Mendoza 92 playing at a 99. Jeremiah Love 93 playing at a 98. McFarland 91 playing at a 97. And Stingley a 96 playing at a 97. The strong safety rookie out of USC a 92 playing at a 95. And then you can't forget the other rookie who in some ways became the number 2. Guys, thanks for watching. I appreciate each and every one of you. Man, if you had fun watching this, let me know in the comments. I would love to hear from you guys. If you're not a subscriber, please smash that subscribe button. Also smash that like button. You know, all those things, you know, help me and help get this out to other people so they can watch it too. So if you guys would do that for me, I would appreciate it so much. Know that you are made for a purpose, a great purpose, and I look forward to seeing you guys the next time. Go Jets!